Yeah, we're supposed
All
to
right,
say
there we
that
go.
special thing. Okay.
Yeah.
The Berlin Cable Access meeting shall come to order now at 7:11 on August 27th. In attendance is Brittany Blaney, Roger Bradley, and Patricia Anderson. Oh, look at that hair. That's huge.
Do you want me to pull up the thing that you're supposed to read? Or
Yes,
that
please.
it's supposed to be read?
This meeting is
I should be more prepared than this. Hold on.
a Zoom meeting, and blah, blah, blah. State has made sure that has dictated we must do this. Blah, 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 blah.
I should know it by now, honestly. Let's see. Oh, that's not it. It's not it either.
Is it what's shown on the
Here we go. I got it. I'll just read it. As a preliminary matter, please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. No, anything you put up on the screen will be captured by the recording. And then you just take, well, you already took attendance. So this open meeting of the Cable Access Committee is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. Specific information and general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and/or parties with a right and/or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Berlin website at townofberlin.com. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's order suspends the requirements of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely, provided reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. While no in-person attendance of members of the public is permitted, every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the town's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless such participation is required by law. The standard public comment portion of this meeting will accommodate limited public comment. For this meeting, the Cable Access Committee is convening using the Zoom platform as posted on the agenda, identifying how the public may join. Oh, it's so long. Okay. Meeting materials. The public is encouraged to follow along with this meeting using the posted agenda unless noted otherwise. Supporting materials that are available this evening to members of the Cable Access Committee can be made available to the public by request. Meeting business ground rules. We are now turning to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. Well, it won't be me, but each speaker will be introduced on the agenda. After they conclude their remarks, I will invite each board member by name to provide any comment, questions, or motions. Please hold until your name is called. Board members and speakers on the agenda, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the floor is yielded to you and state your name before speaking. If members wish to engage in conversation with each other, please do so through, I don't know, taking care to identify yourself. Well, I'm like modifying it because it's the Board of Selectmen script. Public comment portion of the agenda. To the extent that our technical capability allows, public comment will be permitted during the public comment portion of this meeting as follows. Attendees' phones and other devices will be muted unless and until they raise their hand and are recognized to speak. I ask or each member of the public who wishes to speak to identify their name, and I will afford each speaker time to ask a question or make a brief comment. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. And that is it.
Thank you, Brittany.
It was lots of fun.
That was a lot.
It is a lot.
All right, do you want me to read last time's minutes? We can approve the minutes. All right, we have Margaret asked about meetings online and live members of boards. Was there anything more?
Oh, yeah. So I spoke, it was via email with Margaret and the chief. And I explained to Margaret that either someone would need to be in person or a member of that board would have to be pretty technologically savvy to, you know, make it happen. Additionally, we'd need equipment, and I explained that I didn't see much advantage to having a hybrid Zoom meeting in person if audience members weren't allowed, because it was just kind of like basically they're just Zooming from a different location rather than their house. I told her it was like possible, but it would take money, and I couldn't guarantee that we'd be able to cover all those meetings. And so she ultimately decided that they were gonna kind of table that idea for now because it just didn't really make sense.
Thank you.
It's not gonna be happening.
All right.
Not right now.
Makes sense. Yes, that was a little much.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing, installation of the cameras. I can just read the minutes.
You don't
have to
go ahead. Sorry.
We talked about installation of the cameras. Brittany will ask when the company can begin. Where volunteers for the boards and new employees can be contacted. COA was contacting us about more films for their members on cable. Council on Aging. Berlin Town Meeting was covered but not live. Can possibly be a fall town meeting. That was a question mark. Brittany will contact Margaret about meetings. And Patricia will schedule the meetings on mytowngovernment.com. And that was all. Any questions or changes?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as read.
I second it.
Oh.
Okay, the minutes have been accepted and approved. Yay.
Yay.
On to the next ones. All right. Oh, I have an awful lot here. Okay. Oh, yes. So now I can ask that question. Did the company, were you able to work on that at all? The installation of the camera stuff? Are they doing it now?
They're not doing it now. I thought I mentioned it the last time we talked about it. I just had some reservations about choosing and installing equipment right now. Only because I think maybe we should plan for meetings being not only airing live, but streaming in some capacity.
So changing the kind of, can we change it?
Yeah, because it was just an estimate. It was a set amount of money, but there was no like obligation to purchase certain things or whatever. It was, I forget what the amount was, like 40,000 to install cameras and install the recording equipment and stuff for
right.
2 rooms. But I really feel strongly that now, after everyone's had the ability to access meetings online from home and participate, I think that that's going to stay as a permanent thing in some capacity.
So then that means that would be a change of equipment. It would be an update.
Some of the equipment anyways. I don't know for certain, but
Would it be a change of it? Sorry. I was wondering if it would be a change of equipment or just additional equipment.
It might be a change of equipment, simply like, so like a video switcher that we would have used would just be like a video switcher, but there are some video switchers that also are, you know, generate streams, video streams. So it's either different equipment that like has additional features or adding additional equipment, but it wouldn't really change like the cameras that we purchased or some of like the cabling. Like that's going to be the same way no matter what. But I don't know. I mean, we have to spend that money before July of next year. And who knows if we'll even know what's going on in July of next year. But I think it would be prudent for us to sort of plan for, at a minimum, live streaming the meetings. Yeah. Because I don't know as far as like, if they're going to want to do like sort of some kind of hybrid whatever, and we can cross that bridge when we get there. You know, if they're having, say like,
well, if there's a large, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay.
If there's like a big issue, they might want to be able to do something more of a live stream in the future anyways, just because they can access more people. And probably town meetings might change anyways too, so.
Right, so like, I mean, I don't know if they'll do a thing where they eventually have live in-person meetings with a board and the audience and whatever, but then they also want to give people at home the ability to participate in the meeting as well. Right. That sort of aspect I wouldn't really plan for right now because I don't know exactly what that would look like, but I'd like to at least plan for live streaming in addition to live broadcast of meetings. But
the switch is the thing that Bill actually used to work on at one of his last companies, because they used to have the switches and do it for like big football games and stuff.
What, like a video switcher that streams?
So is this additional equipment, or is it the same equipment but just a little variation of the equipment? Or
it could be either. I really just have to explore our options as far as adding streaming would just be a matter of either it's going to be an external device that we add on, or the switcher itself would have streaming capability. Both of those things exist. It would just be a matter of like figuring out what would make the most sense.
Right.
Like cost wise and I mean, technology changes all the time. So like there are advantages to keeping separate devices, because then you can upgrade one when it needs to be upgraded versus if they're tied together, you're kind of stuck.
But I just have to look at the cost of things go down too over time.
Right. So I just have to like really look at the cost and stuff. I mean, the
hardwiring is still going to be involved throughout the building, right?
Yes. Yes.
And that won't change. The cost won't change on that.
No, the cameras would be the same. The hardwiring would be the same. It would just be an equipment thing. Aside from equipment changes, as far as like the labor goes, the labor would be the same.
The equipment would be in the studio?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it would be in the studio because I want the ability to record 2 meetings at once. And if we have someone who has the ability to, you know, be ADD and watch 2 meetings at the same time, they'll need to sit in one place to do it. So, yeah, everything would go back to the studio.
And our studio's still staying in the same place? They're not planning on moving us?
I haven't heard anything. Don't give anybody any ideas.
I'm not. But
Unless they want to give
There
us more
was-
room.
Actually, no, they
Yeah,
were
they
looking at our room, I think when like June was going to be moving, but then when they saw all the cables and everything, and they were like, never mind.
oh, good.
Oh. But at one point you had talked to the chief about going downstairs and taking over one of their rooms, right? Their little
Yeah,
fitness room or something.
there's a room downstairs, much larger. They had like used it to store equipment. I don't know if that's still occupied or not. I could follow up and ask.
Oh, somebody's coming in the back of your room.
Oh, it's a cat. I don't know where the dogs are. All right.
So
Well,
there's also a bunch of equipment stored between the two rooms at the end of the hall? Is that our equipment?
there's a closet there.
Yeah.
Most of that equipment is kind of obsolete, like it's old. We don't use
Yeah.
it. There's boxes and boxes and boxes of VHS tapes of meetings. It's a lot of VHS tapes of meetings.
Give it to the
Oh, yeah.
library.
I don't think they want it. Isn't the library, it's like tiny. They don't want VHS tapes.
I know.
So we're just storing them. I mean, there's a chance that a bunch of them don't even play because there's a shelf life on VHS tapes. So.
I would think, yes. I
Yeah.
would think.
But I mean, we're not legally obligated to keep those. That we're not like the official record of any of those meetings, but they're just in boxes. I don't know, they're not doing anything. No one's asked for the space that they're using, so just leave them there, I guess.
Well,
Maybe back-
I didn't know if we could utilize some of that space for some of the equipment set up or something there.
We could probably, I think there was a like mixing station or control room there previously.
Right, because they would do meetings down there and they would record the school committee was recorded down there.
The school committee
Okay.
met in that building?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
so,
they had 3 school committee.
the Berlin school committee, gotcha. We could set it up in there, but I don't know if there's necessarily advantages to that versus, because really it's just like 2 rooms over. So I don't know if it's necessarily like advantageous to set up the control room there. It would be better to just have it in
on
the
the
studio
studio.
because the server's there, everything's there. So then you don't have to like run back to the studio to check on something, like to see if we're broadcasting or whatever, you know. I mean, we're not like hurting for space in our studio right now, aside from the fact that we don't have like a area to record, which is why I was like eyeing that room downstairs, because we could have like a true like studio space in which we could like shoot, you know, programs
At some point.
at some point. Yeah. So, yeah. We had talked about the COA last time. I had followed up with the new director. And at the time that I had followed up with her, she had said that there was nothing going on. But, you know, she was glad to have the contact and everything. But they do have a program on September 3rd down at the South Commons. A musical performer is coming. So we're going to be recording that and broadcasting it.
That's cute. That was the guy that called me, right?
Yes. I had like Bob Blair from the COA. I think he's the chair. He called me. Then the performer guy called me.
Oh.
I was very popular for a couple of days. They were asking if it could possibly be aired live, but we don't have the capability of doing that from the South Commons. So they're just going to have to wait until it's edited and then they can watch it.
Oh, that's kind of cute though.
Yeah. But I mean, we could, like, if there was a good enough cell signal, you could like go live on Facebook or something like that. I mean, we wouldn't have the same camera quality or audio quality, but people could attend live that way.
It's probably gonna be 70s music, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know why I was saying, oh, that's cute. I'll probably be enjoying it.
Yeah, you'll be down there like yeah, so that's what's going on for the COA right now. I don't know of anything else going on, but I'm sure they'll reach out to me, seeing how they were so proactive about this program. I have a feeling they'll reach out to me if there's anything additional coming up.
That's good. Great.
Yeah. And then we're assisting the high school with back to school, like tutorial videos, like how to get on and off the bus, how to enter the school, how to enter your classroom, how to travel within the school. Or we're doing like proper mask wearing and proper hand washing. I think that was pretty much, well, we covered the nurse's office too, about like how it would be different than normal for some reason.
Don't go there.
It was, yeah. So I imagine there's going to be other, we did how lunch would be too.
Oh, are they eating in their classrooms?
No, they're eating in the gym, the cafeteria, and also outside. So they're like individual desks set up. They didn't have the cafeteria set up, but they had the gym set up, and it was weird.
Wow.
It's just like, you know, those chairs with like the half desk that's attached, whatever.
Yep.
It's just those like space,
down.
Whatever, 6 feet apart. It was weird. But so just the different procedures for what they're gonna be coming back to school with. And I had also reached out to the Berlin Memorial principal about making some videos. He had expressed an interest. I'm going to follow up with him to see, since we're getting a little closer, to see if they've put some guidelines together and if they would like to make some videos as well. We've been covering meetings right along via Zoom, and 2 in-person meetings that took place outside. I think that's it. I don't know if you guys have any questions.
Right now, no. I think I asked my questions.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we'll start to see, I think, especially once we get into fall, I imagine we're going to start to see a few more activities and things. I mean, summer tends to be sort of a dead time when it comes to activities in town anyways, just because so many people are on vacation. So I anticipate some things will pick up pretty quick here. So
now will you have more work for Roger to be doing?
I hope so.
Because you're not taping anything right now, right, Roger?
No.
No, not yet.
No.
That was, did we talk about that other woman last time, and you said that you were going to maybe contact her? We did.
Maybe we did. I don't remember, but I did not contact her. So let me put that down on my list. Of course, I don't have any work for her right now.
All right, this is true. Right.
Did we have someone that wanted to join the cable committee, or
there was someone who was interested, right? Like
I know, and I
in like
am I supposed to
February, March?
Am I supposed to tell her when to come, or
I don't know? Maybe she's lost interest. I mean, I guess it's worth like sending an email, maybe. But like,
I don't know if I remember what her email is.
Yeah, I don't know. You have to do like a search. I know it was like kind of towards the beginning, so I'd say.
I think her name is Holly Kennedy something or other. I don't know the last.
We're a good group.
Yeah.
You're right, Roger. You like
Ooh.
Holly Kennedy DeGrutolo? DeGrutolo?
D.
DeGruttola.
D.
The email was back in,
Ruttola.
yeah. If it's helpful, the email was June 10th.
All right, I'll have to look at.
It came from Mary from the selectmen@townofberlin.com email address.
Sorry, I'm writing.
No worries.
All right. What was I going to say there? Brittany has been adding. What have you been adding?
Adding.
Access will be taping the performances. Brittany has been adding meetings, I guess.
I mean, we're just processing all of the Zoom meetings that are taking place.
Okay. That might be what I was thinking. All right.
Has everyone that normally meets been meeting, or have some been canceling?
I wouldn't know. I think I'd have to like look back like pre-pandemic to see.
Oh, we can't hear you very well.
Yeah.
What's that?
You have your hand on your microphone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at my town government, and you can't go back in the calendar, so
Oh.
I can't see like what boards met.
Oh, you can't go back?
No. And then the calendar, the meeting calendar on the actual like townofberlin.com is wrong. So I
Yeah,
had
it
no
always
idea.
gets really weirdly wrong, doesn't it?
Yeah, the only ones I'm seeing listed are like Board of Selectmen, but it's showing them happening like every week, which isn't right.
So when I have to schedule the next meeting, what do I have to do to ask for a Zoom?
You just
Or should I just?
You just email Mary and say, hey, we want to meet on this day at this time. Or I can email her.
Maybe that would be good.
Okay. I actually I didn't look at it and I thought the meeting started at 6. So I started the meeting at 6 and then it was 15 minutes in and no one had shown up. And I was like, this is weird. And then I looked and it was at 7 and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, we can put it at 6. I think I tried to put it at 6, but it automatically changes it all the time. Every time I put the schedule things in here, it always automatically changes.
It's nope, you made it 7.
I know. Nope, 7. That's what we want. We only want 7.
Well, I will, I'll request 6 p.m. meeting time on the, what is it, 4th Thursday of the month? Yeah.
Thursday, yeah.
4th Thursday of September
24th. It should be, hopefully.
That is correct. Yep, it's already in my calendar.
I'll have to change it somehow.
Yeah, it says 7 on my town government.
Hmm.
Yeah, we'll have to change that because that's the official record or whatever.
All right. See if I can change it.
9.
Do we always want it at 6 p.m.?
I mean, that makes my life a little easier. I don't know about you guys.
I'm okay with it.
You're home by 6, right, Pat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm home all day. So it doesn't matter.
all day.
all day and all night. And a good chunk of the day is just right here. So,
Oh,
yeah,
better have a good chair.
it is a good chair. It's a Herman Miller.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to get one of those at cable.
Oh, yeah?
We never did, right?
Were we?
Yeah,
I think she was looking into it and she got prices.
And then we were like, whoa.
Yeah. Said, oh,
Yeah. They're like $1,000. I will say, if you're going to spend like 12 hours in a chair, this is the chair you want to spend it in. Like at the studio, like, you know, I was sitting there maybe 3-4 hours at a time, you know, so like I didn't need a fancy chair, but at home where I'm like basically living right here at my desk, you need a comfortable chair.
So we only need a Herman chair.
Just a Herman chair. Well, I was buying like $300-$400 chairs from like Staples or whatever, but then like the padding and everything would be like toast in like less than 2 years. So I was like, in like 3 cycles, I'd be, yeah, exactly. Like in like, you know, whatever, 6 years, I would have bought a nice chair. So just buy the nice chair.
Yep. That's it. This was my son's chair. I think we got this at Staples or something.
Yeah.
So I'm
but
using
they just like, they like deflate after a while.
Yeah, like even a chair at school, it's like it starts to form weirdly.
Yeah,
you go to somebody else's chair, you're like, oh, what's going on here?
So both Pat and I are wearing beer themed clothing. But Roger, what do you got on there? Yeah, that's Medusa.
Yeah.
Oh, no, mine's just my company logo.
Well, get with it. Next meeting, everyone's wearing beer clothing.
I don't know if I have any.
We'll have to get you something.
We have to, yeah, we're going to have to remedy that.
We'll have to go to Medusa.
Are they? Yeah. Oh, they're doing the beer garden. You have to make reservations.
Yeah, I think out in the back, right?
Yeah.
All right, I better not put that into the minutes.
All right. Is there anything else work-wise?
I don't think so. Anything else?
I have nothing. Just one question. So back to the cameras or the installation, what time frame were you looking for, like beginning of the year? Or
I don't know. I was kind of like, I don't want to say dragging my feet, but I wasn't really rushing because I don't see any real end to this. I mean, we need to spend the money before the end of the fiscal year, or we would have to ask for it again in town meeting.
Now, is it better to do it when nobody's in the room, or is it?
Yeah, it would be better.
I think buildings?
It would. Well, yeah, I mean, it would be better when there isn't like open access, but I don't think there's going to be open access anytime soon. And I would have to check with Margaret as far as if installation would be one of the allowed, you know, activities. There are allowing people into town hall, but you have to like make an appointment, and then you have to be accompanied by a key fob holder the entire time that you're in the building and stuff like that. So like if the installers were there, I would have to physically be there with them the entire time, which is like, I don't know. I'd have to find something to do.
Oh, right. So it's maybe you could switch it off. Like if there was somebody else with the fob that might be in there, you could be like, can we put your name down for this many hours?
Can you babysit my installers, please?
Well, can I just tell a funny story? So June asked for, you remember the I forget what they call it, but like, you know, the accounting of the account, like, you know, the balancing, the balance sheets.
Yep.
So she sent out a list, like no one sent, you know, these groups didn't send in the balance sheet. So I'm like, usually those balance sheets are in the, you know, mailbox inside town hall. So I don't think I've been allowed to go in there. So I don't have it.
Yeah.
And then, so because she put my name, of course I'm on the list again. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, so
You're
how
always
am I
on the list.
I know. I'm like, how am I supposed to do that if I can't get in there? So they're like, "Arr." And then she emailed it to me, and I'm like, okay, so this is good, but usually I just put it back in your box. So now what
Can
do you
I
want?
email it back?
No, I had to mail it back. I was
Really? Like
You got to mail it
snail
back?
mail? Like
Wow.
this should be a turning point where like we can email the form to you. We don't actually have to print it out and put it in the mail slot.
Nope.
These are like all these things that we've been doing for so long, like just doing because it's the way it's been done. But like, I don't know.
Right.
Some of this is like good because it like makes you stop and think and like, why were we doing that before when we could have just emailed it?
Right. Like,
Yeah.
stop and think like, oh, it's not here because she can't come in the building.
Yeah.
Like, oh, just I mean, I was happy to use the mail system since we need to support them.
Right,
So
right. I feel, I need to like send out cards to people for no reason.
yeah, I'm sending cards. I'm like, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Like literally everyone.
And hi. Oh yeah. That was my fun story.
That is a fun story. So I think as far as installation goes, I think maybe pursuing it like after the new year, that still would give us like 7 months to spend the money. So I think, I mean, I know we got approved and we have the access to the funds, but again, like I think it's probably wiser for us to just wait because we don't need the equipment right now. And if anything, the prices will just go down.
Yeah.
So I think it just makes sense to just kind of wait.
Yeah.
But I will I'll start doing research and trying to identify what I think will be the best option for us, and also what'll be the most flexible, because we don't really know 100% what things are going to look like when this is all over.
Sounds good.
Okay. Roger, I think you have to make a motion to adjourn. I don't think the chair is allowed to.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I second that motion.
I'm in favor.
All right. Well, the motion has been seconded. Motion has been from whatever and seconded. Berlin Cable Access meeting is now adjourned at